It's an awesome testimony to the American spirit and the fact that we don't take for granted the freedoms that we do have.
Wreaths across America for fallen soldiers. God bless America.
Major James E. McLaughlin, United States Air Force. Thank you for your service.
Salute you.
And so they know better.
Clayton. Clayton Lear Wallace, my second son, uncle to the young man right here. Merry Christmas. We miss you. And I understand the reasons why you're here. So all I can say is, we love you.
Thank you for your service.
Here's your wreath. Decorated a little bit with some flags and markers in there. Clay, thank you.
We took an oath, and that's why we do what we do. And more people that take that oath and stand up for what they believe and what they were taught to believe, the better off this country's gonna be. Because we don't wanna go by the wayside like some of these other people.
It's for freedom. It's for acknowledging that, they say every veteran signed a blank check with their lives, to serve the American people. So it's honoring those who have, and for us, having a very close friend and a classmate, so someone our age here, and it's a way because it's local, and we have had veterans in our families, and we can't always get to their grave sites. So it's I think it's a way to say thank you to all.
And according to Wreaths Across America, if you'd like to purchase a wreath or sponsor a wreath for maybe next year, or if you'd like one of the wreaths, if you have a loved one that died in war or is a veteran, you can get one of those wreaths as well. So it's Wreaths Across America. That happened on Saturday, December 13th. That was here in Alabama. And again, last night, that salute to Veterans Bowl that was in Montgomery, Alabama, so not too far from our location here at Right Side. And some more specifics about the Iowa National Guardsmen that lost their lives in Syria. So, Sergeant William Howard, he served in the United States Army. The unit, he was in the 1st Squadron, 113th Cavalry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, the 34th Infantry Division of the Iowa National Guard in Boone, Iowa, hometown Marshalltown, Iowa. And then the 2nd Iowa National Guard that lost his life in Syria. His rank and name, Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar. The unit is the 1st Squadron, 113th Cavalry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division of the Iowa National Guard in Boone, Iowa. The hometown, Des Moines, Iowa. The interpreter, the United States Army, rank and name, Ayed Mansour Sakat. He is from Macomb, Michigan. The door attendant for that C-17 aircraft, Senior Airman On Dingren. So that will be happening here shortly. As soon as we see that live feed, we'll take you there. You know, traveling through that state of Iowa, a number of great patriots in the Midwest there when we were going through for the campaign for the primary season, and of course President Trump winning the Iowa caucuses, but traveling all throughout that state in Iowa, and remembering today two fallen Iowa National Guardsmen. So we will be showing you that live picture as soon as we receive it here at the network. We've been live since 12:45 Eastern. We've had a number of live interviews and recorded interviews, and now we're standing by there for Dover Air Force Base as the President and the First Lady will participate in this event. This is the Dignified Transfer Ceremony at Dover Air Force Base. In the meantime, speaking of the First Lady, First Lady Melania Trump, there's this new documentary that's coming out. It'll be on Friday, January 30th. We have that trailer, so we'll show that to you right now as we await the Dover Air Force Base event.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Good morning. Dr. Honest Legacy will be that of Peacemaker.
Peacemaker and Dignified. Beautiful. Together with like-minded leaders, we have a voice. Is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
January the 30th.
All right, so just monitoring some of the things that are happening out there on social media as well. That documentary, of course, on January 30th. Looking at breaking 911 as well, a number of stories that we're tracking. The U.S. House has passed a GOP healthcare bill, 2013 or 213, 213 to 209, allowing people to buy insurance in groups to lower premiums without extending ACA subsidies favored by Democrats for major insurers. So once again, breaking down on one reporting, the U.S. House has passed a GOP healthcare bill, 213 to 209, allowing people to buy insurance in groups to lower premiums without extending ACA subsidies favored by Democrats for major insurers. Also, speaking of breaking 911, did you guys see this one story here? I know you can't really see just what's on my phone right here. We don't have permission to air this one video, but there's a lady named Jeannie. Jeannie, she's an elderly woman harassed for wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt while working at Target, has now raised more than $65,000 in donations. The video posted by whoever was harassing her, and it was verbal harassment. It wasn't physical or anything, but that's a story that people have been talking about. So this lady that's working there, she's elderly, has this red Charlie Kirk shirt on. I know you can't probably see it from the distance, but you might be able to check it out on there. And I did watch the video earlier today, and I was watching with my wife, and the girl was F-bombing and say, how could you effing wear this t-shirt? Are you allowed to wear this t-shirt? She says, I am. It's a red shirt. She goes, well, it's not a blank red shirt. And the older lady was saying, well, I'm allowed to wear it. And obviously she was working at Target, and the managers there, I guess, allowed her to wear it. It's, I guess, allowed. I don't know. I wasn't there, but this is what we heard on the back and forth. But this girl was being very, very rude to this elderly lady. Well, now I'm not sure which organization, if it's GoFundMe or what here, but it could be a number of different things. But there's $100,000 goal that somebody put out there for this lady at a Target. They've raised $65,000 for her, and she held her ground. She says, "Well, that's your opinion, and he's not racist. That's your opinion, and all of this." So a very interesting back and forth in the social media world there. Again, you know what? We will wear those kinds of shirts. Charlie Kirk, the late great legacy that he left behind, we will see him again, those that believe, you know. But in the meantime, what he stood for is what the conservative movement, the Tea Party movement, remember that? The Tea Party movement, the America First movement, the Freedom movement, the Liberty movement, the MAGA movement, all the movements. That's what the majority of we the people are in support of. So we will wear our American flags. We will. I don't know where that towel went to. Oh, here it is. I will wave towels like this at a sporting event. If maybe I'll go to an MLS game and wave one of these. Salute the Veterans Bowl. Come on now, we'll wear it. It's you're allowed to. It's a free country, right? And if somebody's going to come at you like that, well, if it's on recording and then you get $65,000, holy smokes. But yeah, you know, it's just time to be standing up for what you believe in. And there was a question that we were talking about before about who you serve. Well, we know in this country, the majority of us serve God, family, country, freedom, common sense, truth, justice, and the American way.
That's beautifully said. Thank you guys for those who are just joining Speak the Truth 2.0. Today, Trump and First Lady leads the emotional tribute as fallen heroes return home. So we do appreciate that the President and the First Lady is taking part in this solemn, dignified transfer ceremony honoring America's fallen service members who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. This emotional reflects the deep respect, honor, gratitude owed to our military heroes and their families. Join us for the live coverage as the nation pauses to remember those who gave everything in service to the United States of America. So there should be a lot more people on because these people died for us. This is not about party, whether you're Republican or Democrat. It's about being an American because different parties spill blood for this country. So we want to salute and give honor to them and thank them for their service. So we're waiting for Trump and First Lady Melania to they're going to be at Dover, Delaware, where they're going to have the fallen soldiers and an interpreter that have lost their lives. And two of the soldiers, they're very young. They just started they're living their lives. One is 25 and one is 29 years old. So we want to give them respect, salute the fallen soldiers, give honor to God, give honor to them, and just hope, that they're in the arms of Jesus right now. But I think that we take our military for granted to get away from party. It's about serving this country. It's about giving your life for this country. And people got to recognize that we are Americans. We're one nation under God.
Someone keeps spamming in the chat, like trying to get a reply saying about Trump calling veterans suckers, which I don't think are real.
That's false.
allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN. You can scan that QR code now. RSBN10. That is the code. Easy to remember.
Yeah, right now we're waiting for the arrival of President Trump and First Lady Melania to for their presence at Dover, Delaware. But Trump, that was fake news. Trump didn't. What did they say that he did? That he Yeah. So it's a lot of falsehood that's out here, and we just gotta be high indoor. There's a lot of falsehood, but this is time. This is time that we're supposed to come together and welcome home our fallen soldiers as one nation under God, you guys.
Will participate in the dignified transfer ceremony at Dover Air Force Base. The president earlier departing from the White House. Let's show that video if we can get that queued up, guys. We're going to show that video once again to those of you that have just joined us over the past hour or so. We'll have two videos back to back. It's of President Trump leaving the South Lawn there of the White House, boarding Marine One, and then we'll go right to the video of when he landed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, and then boarding Air Force One. So this is just some video from a bit earlier in the broadcast. We're going to replay some of that as we await the president, and then we'll continue on with any stories that we're tracking here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Let's take a look from moments ago.
What's your message to the lights and grass? Keep the cars in.
Susie.
Great job.
All right, so that was the president, of course, leaving the White House, then landing
Waiting
there
for
at
him.
Joint Base Andrews, boarding Air Force One a bit earlier, and then now, of course, already in Dover, Delaware. If you're just joining us, my name is Matthew Alvarez. Thanks so much for watching RSBN Live. And
Hi, you guys. Welcome to Speed the Truth 2.0. My name is Cindy, and this is Elijah. We're waiting for President Trump. He's in Delaware right now, so he's making his way to Dover right now. So once he reaches Dover, then we're going to be able to show him welcoming back our fallen soldiers. And this is so important that a president takes time, especially those who've given their life for this country. And those of you guys, please hit that like, share, and subscribe so that you can show support of the channel. We don't ask for monetary gifts, but we do ask for those likes. And we do have two other channels, Speak the Truth 2.0 and Pray to All Here. But we will be on tonight, live at 9:15. Trump is going to address the nation. So we're going to come on, go on at least 9 o'clock and wait to hear what the president has to say. So this is one of three broadcasts. We are going to do another one after this one for Speak the Sports because we're all about football, NFL, and college football and NBA basketball. So that's the other channel. So we're waiting. Trump he's there now. He should be in Delaware.
Denver, can you
So moments of silence. President Trump, First Lady Melania participates in dignified transfer. So there will be a moment of silence. They're not probably going to speak during this broadcast because it's giving honor to these fallen soldiers. So there go President Trump. He's at Dover, Delaware. He's shaking the hands of some of the military soldiers. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, you guys.
No, it's a sad day that you're making this about Trump and not about the veterans.
Yeah, that's true. This is not about Trump. This is about the fallen heroes. And right now, their families are mourning the lives. These were young people. They were 25 and 29 years old. I I don't know the age of the interpreter that lost his life. So all these lives were valuable. And right now, during the Christmas season, you have families that are mourning the loss of their young children. They were just beginning their lives, and this ambush happened, and they lost their lives. So it's a sad time for these soldiers and their families. But when you have the president to give them honor, that gives comfort to the families. They're like, wow, the president of the United States recognized the life that was lost of my child. It means a lot. It means a lot. I don't know if any of you guys vets in your family. If you have vets, let me see. Say yes in the chat. Do any of you have vets in your family, military in your family? Anyone that you know that's serving in the United States military? A lot of times these things hit close to home, and when one is falling, it affects all branches of the military. If it's Air Force, whether it's the Army, Navy, it affects all of them and it affects all of us because they gave their lives for this country. So we want to give them respect when they come home. The vets, give them their respect when you see them. Buy them dinner. Help. Whatever help you can give them, help the vets. Fight for the vets. Make sure legislation is passed that support housing and different housing and different programs that would benefit these vets and our military. Because if we could take care of 14 plus illegal immigrants that came into this country with the clothes in their back, we certainly should be able to take care of our vets who have served this country. We give them, we honor them.
It's like a lot of people in the chat trying to make this about Trump and not about the fallen heroes.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Right, you don't hear sound from there because it is a moment of silence as President Trump and First Lady Melania participates in Dignified transfer ceremony. And like, I know if people just coming on, they might not understand why they don't hear anything coming from the live broadcast. This is live.
Oh, is Tulsi there?
No, this is the First Lady and President Trump.
JD Vance there?
Usually it's just the president. The presidency is the president and first lady that's participating in it.
All right, so seeing the president there from a little bit ago, about 30 minutes ago, it looks like we're going to shift our monetary gold interview a bit later in the broadcast or record that interview and air that, of course, in the near future as it's 2:22 Eastern Time, Wednesday, December 17th. Good afternoon once again, and welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Matthew Alvarez. So the president and the first lady will participate in this dignified transfer ceremony at Dover Air Force Base. Again, according to the Des Moines Register, the president will participate in the dignified transfer of the bodies of two slain Iowa National Guard members when they arrived in the United States, which of course they are here now. Sergeant William Nathaniel Howard, he's age 29 on the left there, and Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar, age 25 of Des Moines, along with a civilian interpreter, Ayad Mansour Sakat of Michigan. They were killed on Saturday by an attacker who targeted a convoy of American and Syrian forces before being shot dead. And according to the Des Moines Register and also the Associated Press, the gunman stormed a meeting between U.S. and Syrian security officials in Palmyra, Syria, and opened fire after clashing with Syrian guards. So we know that for Sergeant William Howard, he was part of the United States Army Unit 1st Squadron, the 113th Cavalry Regiment, the 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, the 34th Infantry Division of the Iowa National Guard out of Boone, Iowa, his hometown, Marshalltown, Iowa. The gentleman you see on your right there, United States Army Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar, also 1st Squadron, 113th Cavalry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division of the Iowa National Guard out of Boone, Iowa, his hometown, Des Moines, Iowa. The interpreter, Ayad Mansour Sakat out of Macomb, Michigan, with the United States. We'll be seeing the president here from, we know that we've been saying that for about an hour, but you know how it is when it comes to keeping an area secure and also all of the things to get everything in order for this transfer, the dignified transfer ceremony that will happen here. As soon as it does, we'll bring you live coverage of it as we've been here since 12:45 Eastern. Again, tonight, starting at 7:30 Eastern, President Trump will address the country. That'll be, again, at 9 o'clock Eastern, but our coverage will start at 7:30. Robert McNeely will be in studio for that. The president will be speaking from the diplomatic reception room at the White House as we continue to monitor and track the stories that are happening across America, including getting Tina Peters free out of Colorado, out of the state prison system there. I interviewed Peter Tickton, the lawyer of Tina Peters, just yesterday. We'll be airing some of that interview tomorrow in various live coverage, if not Friday. But we do know, of course, Friday, President Trump will be in Rocky Point, North Carolina for his speech. It's a late night speech at that point. We know it's a 9 o'clock speech, but we will be live, boots on the ground at 6 o'clock. Always good to hear from we the people out there and cover these events at Right Side. Of course, we've covered for many, many years. Director and producer, can you repeat that, please? Okay, we're hearing any moment now for Dover Air Force Base for the Commander-in-Chief, President Trump, and the First Lady, Melania Trump, who are attending the dignified transfer ceremony. Yesterday, last night in Montgomery, Alabama, was that Salute to Veterans Bowl. And, you know, military, football, America, Alabama, all the things. So I wanted to definitely go there and see it. I saw at least the first quarter, but the point is I wasn't there really for the game, even though, you know, it's still sports and it's fun to talk about Troy University versus Jacksonville State and all that. And it was the only bowl game in the whole country last night that was airing live and the only bowl game being played. But it was prior to the event that drew me to that event, just like the wreaths across America. These events, all of them, it comes from that love for our country. It comes from the love of freedom. It comes from the love of our military. And also I just like covering things that are on the right side of history. I'm so glad I'm not part of the mainstream media crap that's out there. So why don't we play that quick video? It's only about a minute long. It's the national anthem. There at the Salute to Veterans Bowl. We'll play it one more time for those of you that are just joining us, and then we'll be going to Dover, Delaware as soon as we see that live feed. So, Director, if we can get that queued up. But also, this video, again, this towel from the Salute to Veterans Bowl just yesterday in Montgomery. Let's take a look as we await the president.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed that
Okay. So it's a moment of silence as President Trump and First Lady Melania participate in dignified transfer ceremony. Here's you have the different branches welcoming the soldiers, the fallen soldiers back. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys, and we will be on tonight. President Trump is going to address the nation at 9:15. Yes, there is no sound for the event because this is a moment of silence. There's nothing wrong with the audio. It's a moment of silence. It's really sad that this is how the parents are receiving their children back during the holidays. You know, it's like the timing of it all, like during the Christmas season, we're celebrating Jesus and getting ready to welcome the new year. That this is not what they expected, but life happens, and it's really, I guess, makes it a little more sadder the timing that they lost their lives.
Cole is treating them like they were mindless. The poll's unbelievable.
I don't see the poll on here. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it's not there. Well, it's just saying. Oh, who treated the soldiers better? 48% said Biden and 52% said Trump.
I guess people would never forget how Biden, when those 13 Afghanistan um, um, our military that were in Afghanistan, when they had lost their lives, that he was looking at his watch and he was yawning like he was bored and had somewhere else to go. And that's hard to forget. Like so many of the soldiers, that was like a horrific withdrawal from Afghanistan. And then the president at that time to appear like he was looking at his watch, it was disrespectful to the families and to all Americans.
Look, Gary, who's been taken out for Biden, said at least he was there. He like disrespecting the soldiers.
He's supposed to be there, that he had a duty to be there. He's the commander in chief. He's the commander in chief, but that withdrawal was horrific. I mean, we're supposed to be the most powerful nation in the world, and we hightail it out of there like we were the weakest country in the world. And then we left hundreds of billions of dollars worth of equipment, and the Afghanistans, they were celebrating.
Remember, they were showing off the equipment.
They were showing off the equipment that they selling it to everyone, the black market and everything else. We empowered them.
Gary, maybe we have a different perspective than you because our whole family is military. So the military is clearly means more to us than it does to you. These people that are putting their lives on the line.
You know what? See, y'all so focused on Trump derangement syndrome that y'all can't separate Trump from these fallen soldiers. Y'all can't separate the military from Trump. Y'all can't separate your votes and your party. Your parties don't mean a damn thing if you can't feed your kids, if you can't have the affordabilities that people that came into this country have received. They have gotten more benefits than Americans. So
and the homeless vets.
it's like people, like you got all these homeless vets, you got homeless Americans living on the streets, but we have people coming to this country that didn't work for a damn thing, that feel like they entitled to our resources, and while we neglect our own. Right now, we $38 trillion in debt, and it's still climbing. Guess who's going to get hit with all of it? It's going to be the American people are going to get hit with that debt like never before. It's a lot that's going on, but this is not the show for it. I'm going to have Birch Gold come on here and different people to explain to you guys that they about to seize your freaking assets.
Circle and unicorn, you got to twist it. Why was Joe Biden funding the Taliban is what you need to be asking yourself. Now they're trying to blame Trump, saying he was
$25 million. $40 million a week since 2021 to the Taliban cash payment. You can't trace cash money. Why? That's insanity. You that should be explained to the American people. But people are more loyal to party than the parties are loyal to you. I support Jesus. That's who I support. I'm not beholden to man. We're going to be clear about that. I'm beholden to my Lord and Savior. Everybody's like, men are fallible. People aren't perfect. How are you going to trust people? They all lie. You think the Democrats don't lie? You think the Republicans don't lie? They all lie. You got to pick who's going to serve the country the best at the time of elections. Now, if you don't like who's in office now, all you have to do is vote again in 3 years. You'll be able to vote for another president. In 2026, you'll be able to vote. You know, when you vote for your governor, it's not just a presidential race. You got to vote for your governors, your mayors, your senators, everyone, your House of Representatives, all of them. And you guys, rather, you see your party sinking you, and you still talking about the party when you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay your rent, inflation is high, interest is high. We got all these people in the countries, they don't know where 2 million of them are. We got a lot of stuff going on in the United States right now. And they ain't worrying about a party. You better worry about what's going on in your own families.
Well, Gary, everything Trump promised when running for president, he's doing. So, now he hasn't given false hope like these politicians typically do.
And I don't support anyone 100%. I like things that Trump does, and then there are other things that I don't agree with. I'm not going along with anyone that's giving falsehood. It's about all Americans. It's about one nation under God. It's about all of us having better lives and being able to benefit as United States citizens. It's about America first. That means all of us.
Gary, the first thing that, and this is case closed, is the border. He said he was going to stop them from illegally entering this country, and he has. You can look up the statistics, but I've heard recently that like 8 months of him being president, no one has came to this country illegally. Now you could try to fact check that. I don't know the exact facts.
At the end of the day, we cannot afford anyone else coming into this country with $38 trillion worth of debt that has to be paid out. And then right now we're printing money, which is devaluing the dollar even more. So if I was you guys, I would be buying precious metals about now because the world is buying precious metals. So there's a lot that's going on that we need to be concerned about. But we need the people that we put in office, regardless of party. They're supposed to represent all of us. We need them working for us and not against us and not for themselves. While we fight about it, they're prospering. While we argue, they prosper. While we don't get along, they don't do their jobs. So you got to make sure that the people that you voted for are doing exactly what they said it was going to do for you and your family and your communities.
Since people are so like dedicated to a party, even the good stuff they won't admit to be true or won't accept like it's not a fact.
Yeah, and the person in here said you're supposed, it's in the Bible, it's in Proverbs, you're supposed to pray for those in authority over you.
Yeah.
You prayer works. You have to pray for your leaders. You have to pray. If what you don't like Trump is doing and this administration, you have to pray. There's nothing more powerful than prayer. And that's something that we need to all learn. Complaining doesn't do anything at all. You have to pray for them. They're human. They're not God. And a lot of times people might mean well, they get into these these positions, and they forget all about the people that put them in those positions. You can go these different states and different cities, and you hear the cry of the people. How in the world did they nominate Madani in New York, and he even ran as a socialist? Come on now. People. I mean, who would have thought that American citizens would vote someone like that into office? But they did. You know, who would have thought in Brandon, what's his name, Johnson in Chicago, he's doing more for the illegal migrants than he is for the people that put him into office. Yeah. Are you kidding me? And the governor Pritzker in the state of Chicago, they're fighting for illegals, but they're not fighting for American citizens. Look at Gavin Newsom in California. I mean, we need these Democrat elected officials. How about taking time to fight for Americans?
Gary, but God's the one who gave you life. You know, you wouldn't even be able to pay your bills if it wasn't for God. So your point is invalid. He said prayer won't pay.
Well, that's it. You don't. We look. Prayer works. Okay, be on your dying bed. You want somebody to pray for you. Pray that God give you a miracle. That's when people believe in God. When they back up into a corner and the doctors can't do anything for you, your family, nobody can help you except for God. That's when you want prayer. Even the atheists want prayer at that point. But we want to give honor to these fallen soldiers. I know they're expected to go home, these National Guards, to their families for the Christmas holidays. And now the families are receiving them in a box. You know, it's hard to celebrate and to be thankful when you have such a great loss like this. So we want to pray for the families and for their strength, and that God will comfort them. And we send our condolences to the families, and we want to salute these soldiers that died for this country. This is not about Trump or the Democrats or the Republicans. It's about these fallen soldiers. So we're going to take the time to recognize them. Here go the pallbearers. They're going to go and you probably bring the caskets out now. You know, you have to take time out, even with hate and all of the just when you're displeased with what's going on in the government, and focus on what the issue is right now. And it's being present for this moment and saluting these soldiers. God bless America. We give honor to you. And we thank you, God, for these men. And Father God, touch the heart. People are full of so much hate and evil that they can't even separate that from just living, you know, indignity and giving honor to people. It's just amazing how that can overtake people that they can't hear or do anything, you know, beyond being upset.
Oh, Gary, you're gonna find out. You know, however you may feel right now, you're gonna find out. And I wouldn't find out when it's too late.
So anyway, we thank these soldiers. We salute them publicly. We give them if they like they were our own family. We salute and we thank them for their service. At the very least, if you're American, you should be able to thank them for their service. At the very least. We put the poll up because of that horrific withdrawal from Afghanistan and the lives that were lost. Our American soldiers, and Biden said nobody lost their lives. And that shows us the mindset of who's in this chat. God bless America.
Yeah, we're gonna need some more mods.
Yeah, we're getting them here, come the bodies now. Thank you for your service. They were 25 and 29 years old. They were young people that had dreams and probably might have had wives and children. Life was just getting started for them. And it abruptly ended in tragedy. So we'll welcome them home. Yeah, I don't see anyone looking at their watch.
Well, Unicorn, you're just trying to be disrespectful to the veterans now. This isn't even being disrespectful to Trump. You're just disrespecting the veterans that lost their life now. Saying you looked at your watch. You ain't special. Yeah, we probably gotta just remove him. You're not a veteran with the name Unicorn. Give me a break.
No veteran would disrespect a fellow soldier like that.
Yeah.
There's no way on God's green earth, out of all people. No, you're not. There's no way, and there's no way you would be that disrespectful to your own fault brother. Your own brother. There's no way you'd be that disrespectful to a fallen soldier. You probably got kicked out of the military. You couldn't possibly be this way towards your fellow soldier men that lost their lives. It's impossible. You're the worst one on here.
Yeah.
No way. You are a disgrace to these fallen soldiers.
Yeah, since I seriously doubt that you're a veteran.
Yeah, you're a disgrace.
Yeah.
There's no way that you like people, like if you let a flag touch the ground, vets lose their mind. You're not supposed to let the flag touch the ground and not giving honor to a fellow fallen soldier. There's no way you'd be that disrespectful. This is how they're coming home for serving this nation, and you're gonna be this. No
I'm
way.
just saying I heard words. See, you're not a
No way. We talking about you. No way. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your service, fallen soldiers. We appreciate you giving your life for this country.
Thank you for your service.
You don't agree with honoring these men, fallen soldiers.
Also said there's zero honor, you unicorn.
That is a disgrace.
Yeah.
They are not in the military or vet. There's no way, because they are taught honor. And there's no honor in unicorn. And we're not even in the military. We honoring and saluting these soldiers. And this is somebody that should be a brother to them.
Some people are just evil.
But everybody's not American, so you know they're not American on here. So nobody would be that disrespectful at a time like this. I mean, this is supposed to, the President of the United States participated in an identified transfer ceremony. You know, these men came back home in a box. That's not what their families expected. It should be on TV so Americans can see their sacrifice. You're supposed to hide their sacrifice. This is so people like you can have a heart. They can have some respect. We need to see this because when you hear about it, it doesn't touch you. But when you see it, you should have a more of an understanding and appreciation that they gave their lives for this country. So we all should see this.
Hey, listen, dude. We have never said who we are, what party we're a part of. This stream is just for the military. It's not to push an agenda or a narrative.
We should. Everything else is on TV, but fallen soldiers, we should see that, and they got everything you can imagine on television. Are you kidding me? But people who have fought and died for this country, we're going to honor them, and we want to honor them.
You're saying we making this just to talk crap about the Democrats?
No, this is not about a party.
Yeah, that's
you're so married to the freaking Democratic Party that you can't even honor these people. Those people in the coffins. What if they are Democrats and you're not honoring it? What if they're Republicans? It doesn't matter when you dead. They died for this country. Are you kidding me? I mean, how could you be? I don't understand how anybody could take this moment. It's frustrating and so disrespectful that you cannot focus on. Did y'all see those coffins draped with the American flag? Did you see that?
Okay, people keep talking about the poll now. That's their new attack, the poll.
Yes, I did. Because I should have made a poll about the chat. Who treated these fallen soldiers better? Because you guys lost. All Democrats do not disrespect fallen soldiers, nor do Republicans. This is the time that you should come together as one nation under God. Do you understand what that means? One nation under God. Do you think when they out there being shot at that they tell me I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican? Are you kidding me? It's not insulting, it's the truth. It's the truth. You've been insulting, disrespecting these fallen soldiers. You've been extremely unicorn disrespectful. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You can't even justify your behavior or actions.
Like, who raised you to be talking like that? Like, do better and do
Some of
better.
they're a vet and just won't even honor these men, these fallen soldiers. There's no way that you are in the military or serve this
Hey,
country.
Circle, you want to find out something so interesting? How about you grab a dollar bill and see what it says about God on there? Because it's on a dollar bill. Whether you like or not, God's going to be involved in everything because he's God.
He's
gonna
involved.
He's going to keep God away from politics.
That's your prerogative to keep your God away from politics. But God is in everything. Even when Jesus was on this earth, he said, "Get Caesar what's Caesar." You know, so politics has always been around. Always. Since the beginning of time, it's been around. And God is in everything, especially now, what's happening in this nation. You want to rely on men? Good luck. I rely on my Lord and Savior. But anyway, you just have personal issues. You need help, and hopefully you'll get the help that you need because it's something that's going on in your life that you need to be delivered from. Thank you, Endor.
Thank you. Thank you, Endor.
No one has to go. If people have been on here, they know we do not go along with everything.
Circle, that is the dumbest reply you could even said or thought of. That makes absolutely no sense. You shouldn't even reply to it. Saying now you're saying God was
Elijah, don't entertain it. That's too much energy.
He's attacking God now.
Elijah, no one. You look. God speaks for Himself by your character. You don't keep going in circles with people that welcomes the enemy.
Now Unicorn's taking his side. Of course you would say that.
You pay too much attention to the negative of comments from people that's not even worth the energy. Who cares? Let them believe what they want to believe.
Yeah, like Endor said, people are lost.
Yeah, you can't this channel is not to persuade people to believe what we believe or whatever. But we don't keep looking at the negative ones. It's the things that people say on here that are in agreement or that are good. I'd rather highlight them than to go around in circles with people that don't even believe in God.
Circle, that didn't even back up your response, but I'm done replying to you.
This takes away from God bless these soldiers and pray for their families. Pray for their families because they're going through it. You know, I don't know if they're there or I doubt or they watch this like the rest of us, but you have to pray for the families because they had a great loss and they expected to enjoy the holidays with their children and they're no longer here. So it's tough. And you know, this chat shows me how disconnected some people are with reality and they can't separate. They can't separate their biases even with something like this. How can you be American and be so disrespectful? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know, the nonsense that coming out of their mouths or whatever, they are lost and they're disconnected from reality. They maybe they don't have anyone to love them or something. But these people that lost their lives, they were respected, they're heroes, they're receiving honor, and they are loved. Yeah. Something that most people wish they had that in their lives. Mm-hmm. So when you get these bigots and people that want to disrespect and don't want to show them honor, it's people like us that they can't speak for themselves, and we're speaking up for them.
And they did something with their lives. They did something important.
Yeah, they died for something. Yeah. They died for America. A lot of people lose their lives over dumb things. Yeah. They died for something.
They have a legacy now.
And we're taking up for them because they can't speak for themselves, but we're going to honor them and we're going to speak up for them because they deserve it. They earned it.
okay, Venda, whatever you say.
This is their farewell, and it is terrible, you know. God bless America, USA, USA, USA. And we just want to thank them for their sacrifice, their families for their sacrifice, and want the families to know that we respect, your family members, and we want to say thank you for their service. And thank you for giving them to us. We do appreciate it. And they're not going to be laid to rest without their recognition. You guys, we are going to come back on here. We'll speak to sports as well. And then tonight we'll be back on at 9:15 because Trump is going to address the nation. So we're looking forward to seeing what does he have to say to Americans, because there's a lot that's going on right now, from Venezuela to all of the all the news that's going on, even regarding his chief of staff, Susie, and it's a
All
lot
right,
of
slowly
things that's going
approaching the
on.
top of the hour, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, 3 o'clock.
So anyway, you guys, thank you, Endure, for joining us. But we wanted to take the time to give honor where honor is due, and they deserve the honor. And because they are not here to speak up for themselves, we will, and we have. And we're not going to let people downplay their sacrifice, talk negatively about what has happened, try to change the narrative as far as them losing their lives. I mean, and no one could say they're a vet and be so disconnected from a fellow soldier. I've never seen that in my life.
I really hope that like the family doesn't check the comments.
Check the comments. The families, they're already grieving and going through, and that have
pieces of crap like this.
That have people that's so heartless and so disconnected and so mean spirited. They put a party over these people's lives. When they enlisted in the military, they didn't have to say, I'm only for the Republicans, I'm only for the Democrats. They're for Americans, United States citizens. That's who they're for. Anyway, you guys, I care. I care about the vets. I care about enlisted soldiers. We will speak up for them. We donate to them because actions speak louder than words. And if you've been to this channel, you know that we do support the military, and all Americans should support our vets, and we should make sure when they come back home that they are taken care of and they're treated with honor and respect.
So he's never said that. You're
okay. So anyway, we get ready to jump. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because we're coming back on tonight at around 9 o'clock, 9:15. Trump is going to address the nation.
Oh, that one girl who was disagreeing with us in the chat. She said, "I also support the military." On that, we can't agree.
Yeah, you don't. You can agree to disagree. Y'all don't have. I don't agree with anything and everything with either party, and I call out both. And that's where we stand. I voted for Republicans and Democrats, and I'm gonna vote for the best people that I feel at the time are the best people for the office. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. God bless you. Hug your family. Pray, pray, pray for this nation, and continue. We're getting ready to jump off of here because we're going to jump back on for my other show, Speak the Sports.
Yeah, let me turn it off.
Speak the Sports. Thank you guys, and God bless you. And want to